Call it 6 o'clock. All right. This is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022. This is the Board of Health meeting. Can I have a roll call, please?
Gavin Byers.
James Blair.
And Chris Nosella. Additions, deletions, we have one, which would be 1.6.1, which would be 34 New Fitchburg Road for a septic upgrade. Okay, let's go to the 1.3, the COVID update, Rick.
Sure, so you guys had just asked for cases at this point, so last reporting was September 22nd, and there were 13 cases reported by the state.
13?
13, yeah.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. And that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay, any questions? Okay, hearing none, seeing none.
Oh, and one more thing, you guys had asked about the CHC, the group that had done the booster
Yes.
clinics. So I did get in touch with her, she said she would be willing to. So
Okay.
is that something you want me to try to
Yes,
continue
please.
to set up with her? Okay.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Rick, I tried to call the number to get the tracking information for our COVID tests. I've had more than a half dozen employees come looking for them. And the number says to call back later. Did you actually reach?
I have, and so I made the order for Ashburnham, and then they sent me an email that it had been shipped, but I hadn't seen anything since. So as far as I know, the only ones that have actually been delivered to our office were Ashby's, which were ordered like the same day the email came in.
Okay. Okay, I don't have an email saying that anything's even been shipped yet.
Yeah, so that's what I did get that at least. So I would
Okay.
assume that you're still waiting for
Okay.
it to even ship.
Okay, thank you for the update.
Okay. Any questions? No? All right, let's go to 1.4 is 227 Mason Road, commercial kennel operation continued from 9/21/22. Now, you guys got to go to look at this and where I was not available, so Jim, why don't you start?
I will start by asking, do you have the septic drawing that I requested for that?
I do not, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Let's hang on for a minute.
Okay.
here.
Why don't we jump down then to 1.5, and we'll come back to that. We'll do 25 rear West Elm Street housing inspection hearing.
So that was, I had done a housing inspection. They had requested a hearing, which is their right.
Yeah.
I tried to set it up for tonight, but the attorney for the owner of the unit was not available, so he sent in a request to continue that to the next meeting. And so whatever we end up setting for the next meeting, I'll send out another notice and make him aware. And then we can have that discussion.
Okay, so we'll put that, have Kyle put that on the agenda for,
I think she, she's already got it down, I'll continue to next
Yeah.
meeting.
yeah, okay. And, all right, Kyle, are you ready, or?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that, as Jim was saying at the site visit, they were looking for the last septic information. And while I find it, it might be helpful for one of you guys to,
Okay, I'll start the works now if you're looking for that.
okay?
Yeah, please.
Gavin, you with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gavin and I arrived there at 7 o'clock, and we graciously met this gentleman with a fine beard on his face, and I was extremely impressed with the size of this house to begin with. We walked the property. He's got a parcel of water in the backyard that's half his and half the neighbor's. The property line goes through it.
Okay,
And his compost pile is off to the side of that, which consisted of 3 areas for composting, which is fine by me, and I think that was fine by you, right, Gavin?
I do have a little bit of a concern with that composting site's ability to compost, a lot of dogs. But other than that, the site and the facility location, all that type of stuff was okay. Like I said, though, the only concern I would have is either the composting I don't feel like would be adequate for a dog kennel. But that's something that can be approved on in that location. I think there just needs to be other aggregate in that material to help break down the dog manure, because it is a more difficult thing to compost. And you need a lot of aggregate. The aggregate ratio needs to be a lot higher than what I think is available in that spot. But that's something we can discuss moving forward. That's not like this is like a best practice thing. It's not a yes or no type of thing, from my point.
Okay, so that's what you have to say about it yourself. I know it was on a smaller scale, but I don't think we've actually got the exact head count of how many animals are gonna be there on a daily basis, although we did say possibly up to 30 on a 3-day weekend.
I think the number now, that the max number, just to keep it clean with all the departments, is 20.
20
Max.
max. Now, is that through the week or just on the weekends?
That's the absolute maximum amount of dogs that would ever be there.
Period.
We're just nobody seems to have any conclusive calculation to tell us what we can or can't do. So we're just setting it now at 20, and unless somebody has, again, an alternative calculation based on the square footage or some other form of regulation or something like that, would be the max, is 20 dogs.
So
On average would be, I would say, half that, about 10 on average,
okay,
on a daily,
Okay.
during the week.
in the event that you do go to the 20 on a daily basis, it would most likely be 5 days a week and not on weekends, or would it be 7 days a week?
No, it's too inconsistent for that.
Too
If
inconsistent.
anything, it may be over the weekends and not during the week.
Okay,
For instance, in the summertime, if it was vacation times where people are taking 3 or 4 day weekends, like Friday to Monday type
Yes.
situation, but
yes.
there's not, that would be more of a daycare situation than like having boarders there for a consistent period of time.
Yeah. Now, if we were to suggest and or recommend that you give us a report every 6 months on how that compost pile is doing, is that something that we can
Sure.
deal with? And upon a request from the Board of Health, possibly increase the size of it a little bit?
Absolutely.
Maybe just come out with more pallets so that it's a deeper area?
Not last week, but the week before, the prior meeting that was held here, I gave you guys a packet from the USDA that was a guideline for
Yes, I remember
specifically
seeing
dog
that.
composting. That was the guideline that we went off of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody in the future will have a chance to maybe review that and come up with a similar guideline for the town. We're all for that. We're willing to work with that.
You're gonna wanna take a look at this, Jim.
Well, I think that Rick might have some information on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it first.
Yeah, take a look at that.
Well,
Yeah,
I hate
let
to
me take a look
interrupt.
real quick.
I hate to
Yeah.
interrupt a flow of
No, that's,
conversation. Jim had asked me to pull
Yeah.
the septic information, and the Title V report that we have dated 2018 states a 4-bedroom septic, but the permit states a 3-bedroom septic.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was a couple of permits in there. One was one that didn't look like it was ever inspected or signed off, and the one that was designed for a 3-bedroom house and a 25 pupil day school.
Which is what it is. It's a 3-bedroom, it's not a 4-bedroom.
Okay, and do you have a potable water source in there? Because what we're showing here is the last records that we have in here. And maybe I'm missing some things in the file because I don't have the other Title V too. Maybe we pulled them out.
I think that would have been the last one, 2018.
When
Yeah,
was
that
it
was
installed?
when the end of 2018, like
Okay.
literally December 20-something was.
This was put in 81?
yeah,
82.
Oh, this is it.
This says 81 on this permit. June 22nd, the permission issued, and it was actually installed in 82?
Yeah, so that's not the right permit.
And we don't have an as-built.
I couldn't
That's what
find
I'm
one.
saying,
Sorry, Jim, I didn't live in town at that time.
Yeah, it looks like
I didn't either,
there was
Oh, you didn't?
no.
No?
I moved to Townsend in 2000.
Oh, really?
bacteria present.
I was there in 51 to 54.
Yeah, I don't remember ever.
So you were there
So we're
before and
definitely
after?
gonna have to solve that issue too.
Yeah.
I saw some squiggles on a piece of paper here somewhere.
That was this one.
Ralph. I'm looking for some type of a drawing.
You're looking for an
No,
that
this
outlet,
one,
right?
that one. That's got the, I was gonna say the atmosphere of the, the slope of the land.
But that's what you were looking for, right?
Yeah, this one's 2018.
But we don't have any others. I think Rick does either, so we'll have to get a water test.
Where,
Yeah.
come here for a minute, please. Where is the,
Rick,
you said you put an addition on that property
This
at
is
some point in time,
2018,
or
the
somebody
water?
had.
Yeah,
says it's
Where's
not
the road
potable.
here?
yeah. So yeah, I don't know if they ever resolved
I
it.
don't know what this is. This doesn't look familiar to what you have there at all.
I think, we're gonna need
So
a,
this is
a
the
test
main.
before anything happens.
Where's the barn?
Do you guys
Two
not have a
consecutive
set of the
steps.
plans that I submit
Yeah.
to, for this whole permit application?
No.
I gave, I think Beth like 6 copies.
Well, that
Or
would be
not
Beth,
the clerk.
yeah.
She
That
said to
doesn't-
give them to the clerk and they distribute them.
We haven't seen it
Is
yet.
it,
Yeah.
is it
Also,
this one?
Rick,
these two?
Yeah, it's full size.
the last
ones that were
test
submitted.
on potable water, we need some
Let's
tests
delete
on that,
this
well,
Right away,
This is,
Right now.
this is right
yeah,
here.
right now.
yeah.
This little L here is kind of where this little deck thing is.
So how do we do that?
Okay.
Do you contact him or?
He'd have to just
So
contact
this
me to
is
set that up,
basically-
and
Alright.
then we need, 2 consecutive clean samples.
Okay, so the septic is on that far side and the
24
pond is over here.
24 hours.
Right.
And the
24 hours,
well,
yeah.
the well was,
Got everything right.
Way over
I
here.
will, and we'll let them finish for a
In that.
second.
there's a little,
On the other
little
side.
square area there that I saw the well in,
Yeah.
so I can't scale it out, but
Yeah.
it looks to be 100 feet.
Guys, I gotta be honest with you. Brian, I'm gonna have to continue this meeting till next time. Our last test shows that you do not have potable water. So we are going to, require you to get a hold of Rick for a test,
Okay,
and you'll need 2 consecutive,
So total coliform only,
yeah,
2 consecutive tests that show it to be absent.
yeah. I can't even think about anything else right now, because you don't have potable water, and you wanna try and give this
How long
to
have you owned the property?
dogs? It scares me.
2018.
Did you pay cash for it?
No,
No, you got a mortgage on it and the
Yeah.
bank let you go without a water test?
no, we did that.
We did the water test, it
2018,
just
it
came
says right
down.
here.
That right there, and it came through non-potable and the bank
Non-potable.
tapped it?
Yeah. It says due to preserver of,
Presence,
what does it say?
presence.
Presence of,
Total coliform bacteria.
really? It looks like butane to me, Rick. I can't read your writing, buddy, I'm sorry.
Is that from the pond?
It would be from the well.
Nothing to do with, because, is it an artesian
Uh,
or hand dug?
I'm not too sure. Do you know?
No.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we gotta, I'm
Yeah.
gonna agree with Chris 100% on that, that has to be pursued, because we gotta find
yeah,
out what's going on.
before we even go any further with anything else,
Somebody missed something in the
Yeah.
big time.
you know? I can't, we can't give you anything or look at anything until we know that you have
Yeah.
potable water even for yourself.
You better get a hold of the attorney that did your closing, because something was missed in a bad
Yeah.
fashion.
So I,
You have to contact
You can
Rick's
call me
office.
We can set that.
Yeah, and he'll set up time with you and to do the test, or does he do the test? or-
Yep, so we gotta come and grab it, and then we use Neshoba Analytical to do the analysis, so
Yeah.
again, it would be 2 consecutive tests for total coliform bacteria. Lab charges us $25 a test.
okay. Is there a certain period of time that between tests? that-
24 hours minimum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say 24 days.
Oh, no. No, we
Okay.
don't wanna really hold you up, but this is,
I
This
didn't
is just,
even.
yeah, that's just unacceptable,
Okay,
you know, so, we're gonna just carry you to the next meeting, I guess, if, that'll give you a couple weeks to get your test.
We
okay,
don't,
With
we don't
result?
have a date on that.
Yeah, not yet,
So I
for the
will,
next meeting, you mean?
yeah.
That's
yeah.
fine.
we can discuss it now if you want. We have to at some point.
Yeah, I mean.
Should I
Can you at least
give
give
these
him
with you guys?
an idea on what the septic is also, since we have the plans before we continue it? That way, we don't come back in a meeting in 2 or 3 weeks and then say, oh, we need another 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm reviewing the Title V that was done
That's 2018.
in 2018, September 20, 2018. He passed it at that time, but he had a question mark between 3 or 4 bedrooms. And I'm gonna be confident that it is a 3-bedroom because I was in the house and you were with me. And then I'm looking at this because that system is 36 years old.
Correct.
So, either it's been 100% properly maintained, because there should have had to be a replacement on the D-box or something in that period of time.
Well, there should have been a Title V in 2018, right?
Yeah, well, he did it, and I'm looking at it right now, and he's got everything as a pass.
There's also another one that was done earlier than that, Jim.
Yeah, I didn't see any permits for any
Right,
component
what the
replacements.
system is?
There's a drawing of the system, but it's not scaled. It's scaled to the tanks off the house.
Said,
Yeah.
It's got 2 tanks. One of them pump chamber?
said a
Yes.
1,500
It
gallon
is.
tank with a pump chamber,
Yeah.
3 90-foot leach trenches.
This one done in 2002. There's one here from 2001 that passed.
Well, I guess we gotta go with the inspector's words on that. Do you have a copy of the 18 one? I mean, the 2000?
It would be at our office.
You gone through it, looked at it?
It would have been that one if I did.
Okay.
And it's still the
I
same.
can't find anything out of place. I just,
Wait a second.
I'm just surprised that there was never a new D-box put in. But with a pump chamber too, it's 4, so it doesn't really sit in the D-box.
See where-
Yeah, it doesn't have any,
The alarm and everything was working at the time, right?
yeah.
Would that have PVC baffles or would that have had concrete baffles in that tank?
At that time, 82, I would assume probably concrete.
Yeah. And they all rotted and fell off.
I mean, they might
You
have
read
replaced
upside down, that's
baffles because that
impressive.
doesn't require a permit.
No.
Yeah, so that something went wrong somewhere between
Well,
2002
I gotta
and
go
2018.
with the
so,
man's report that says it passes.
yeah,
And once again, with a pump system, the D-box don't have that sitting effluent in them to corrode them and eat them all up. So
right,
it's a different application.
yeah. So as best we can tell, the septic would be fine.
Except for the septic tank.
The tank is still undersized supposedly.
So it would have to be a 2 compartment,
Oh, so you'd have to upgrade.
yeah.
Well, that's what when we were talking at the meeting, when I did some research, essentially so this was a daycare.
Mm-hmm.
It was sized, I believe you said, for 25 children.
Yeah.
When I was trying to figure out what the actual Title V requirements, regulations were for this, the daycare was supposedly 10 gallons a day
Okay,
per person, so 10 times 25.
Hmm.
For a kennel or a veterinary office, it was a total of 50.
Yeah.
So
I-
essentially, I guess my thought is what the proposed use is much less than what the existing use is as far as the capacity.
I agree with them
So-
100%
Yeah.
because the child is gonna be flushing toilet, the
Oh,
child's
yeah.
gonna be running water, washing hands,
Yes.
there's gonna be the usage of water gallons going into the tank.
yeah,
But with the dogs, they're doing everything in the kennel, they're not doing it inside the house.
that's
You know,
correct.
they're only gonna be drinking what water's put in their drinking dishes.
Yeah,
So, I disagree with the way that's set up, and I'm a firm believer that if it was good enough for a daycare, that it's definitely good enough for a kennel.
yeah,
I think I could understand if it was a residential. My interpretation of it is if it was residential going to commercial, it's definitely not sized
Right.
appropriately. And
Right.
this chart was right out of the 310 CMR. I forget which,
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
it
so
15?
Gavin, how do you feel about what I just suggested?
Are we saying that this meets the commercial Title V requirement?
For a daycare, it meets the requirements for a daycare, and the doggies aren't gonna use anywhere near what the daycare would have used.
That, I don't think we've answered this question that way in the past. In the past, we've answered this question, is it a change of use, yes or no? And in this case,
it is,
it's a change of use, right?
yeah,
So if change of use, does it meet commercial Title V requirement, yes or no? That's how we've answered it in the past.
makes sense.
Yeah, so I think, you
Go
know,
ahead, Rick.
there's kind of two separate things. So one is the leaching area part of it adequately sized for his intended use? And I would tend to agree that it is. The 3 bedrooms and the 25 pupil day school would be equivalent to the 3 bedrooms and the kennel use. The part that doesn't seem to work is that Title V requires a 2-compartment tank for anything other than a single-family home. And in the past, when people have had a change of use, you have had that requirement that tank be upgraded. You know, the other part of it is that you've in the past required a Title V inspection on the system. That one was done in 2018, so typically Title V inspections are good for 2 years, 3 years if they pump it each of those years. So you could use your discretion as far as whether you wanted to accept that or not. But generally Title V requires an inspection for any change of use.
So if he has to upgrade to the 2-compartment tank, which we actually talked about in the last meeting.
You need to do, I think what Rick was saying is that you wanna do a Title V
Yeah, by the letter of
first.
the law, it would be a Title V inspection, and if it passes, then, you know, an upgrade of the tank
Yeah.
to 2 compartments that's
Right.
adequately sized for the 250 gallons plus the 330 gallons, so a total of, you know, what would it be, 580 gallons.
Yeah. So what do we do? Do we?
So that's why what Rick just said is
Yeah.
exactly answers my point.
Yeah, so,
At this moment, it doesn't meet the requirement to say yes or no.
yeah, because he's changing use, he's
He's
going
changing
from,
usage, but in the change of usage, instead of upgrading, which a lot of people are doing,
Yeah.
he's downgrading, he's going to less usage.
yeah,
So this is a situation where I'd have to abstain from a vote. I'm not comfortable with what we're doing.
Title
when-
V still needs to be done though, right?
Yeah, that's a Title V requirement,
that's-
yeah.
So he does need a Title V.
So to do another Title V, you have
He
a,
needs a Title V, and then as a board, we need to address the 2-compartment problem, because we've upheld in the past.
we have done that, but everybody has been increasing their flows, they haven't been decreasing their flows.
I understand that, but that means that I feel us as a board are gonna have to have a very tight explanation if we approve not going to 2 chambers. We're gonna have a very tight explanation with why we have allowed this to go forward, assuming the Title V passes and we're comfortable with the use. That's
Okay,
all I'm
that-
saying, is I wanna go into the future and have a willy-nilly answer on why we've accepted this or not, that's all.
I don't know if he heard that or not. He did, he just wanted to get the septic done to help him, so he doesn't have to come to the next meeting and then we go, oh yeah, you gotta change your septic too.
Well,
Right,
We
yes.
postponed this for the next meeting anyway. I think I need some time to digest this. Probably all three of us should think about this a lot more.
Does it sound like he needs a Title V though anyway?
Yeah, he does.
I would probably
Yeah.
hold off on it until the board makes, you know, a firm
There's
decision.
no sense in
sets
doing the Title
conditions.
V if we're gonna replace the tank.
There would be, because the tanks can be replaced regardless, or
Okay,
you
yeah.
guys have to decide
Yeah.
that. But I wouldn't do anything until the board said, yeah, we're okay with it, and here are the conditions of our approval.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Would,
thank you.
would this help as far as an explanation of seeing the
That's pretty much
Massachusetts-
what we have Rick for.
Yeah, it's in the code.
Okay, yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that would be the
Yeah.
justification.
Well, we also have town laws that need to be followed also. You know, it's like the state law is minimum, ours are usually a little better,
Okay.
so that's one of the things we're gonna work on. All right, so I'm gonna move on, and we will carry this until the
Do you wanna,
next
do you
meeting.
wanna get
We're
when
gonna-
the
I
next
think
meeting is
I think we're
gonna
gonna have to, yeah.
be? Where Gavin's
before
on the
he
phone
leaves and we
and
can get
Rick's
that,
here.
All right, so, from what I understand, we are having a serious problem with our meetings here. Gavin, you can't do Monday and Tuesday, and Rick can't do any other day. Duh. And,
I can do evenings. I can do Monday or Tuesday in the evening. It would need to be 7, it would help if it was 7 PM.
Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
look at 7 PM then on Monday or Tuesday, it
is
seems
that good
like.
for you, Rick?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
And I have to apologize to the board because I was supposed to call Rick last week and I did not do that. So I apologize for not getting with Rick and figuring out a date
Yeah.
that worked for the two of us beforehand.
yes. Okay, so now, we have got Monday and Tuesday. What day do we wanna do? Because what we pick is what we are going to stay with.
Okay, I'm not available Mondays.
You're not available on Monday, so I guess Tuesday would
Tuesday
be,
be the day of 7
Tuesday
p.m.
at 7,
alright? Tuesdays at 7, everybody,
2nd and 4th.
yes. Everybody good with that? At 7 o'clock.
So the next,
Go ahead, Gavin.
Well, do we lose you?
Are you there, Gavin?
Yeah,
Oh,
So that next meeting would be October 11th and the 25th. Tuesdays, the 11th and the 25th at 7 PM.
okay.
okay. So that will be, our next meeting will be on the 11th of October.
And we will continue 227 Mason to 7 PM. We'll put him first on the agenda so he doesn't have
Yep.
to go through the COVID update. And we'll see.
You don't think the COVID update's a big deal?
But I should call you tomorrow, right, for the water test?
Call Rick.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can give you my number.
Okay.
And the,
It's,
what do we
it's
say,
978.
25th?
Schedule the
I
25th
might
right
have
now
it in here,
also.
but
Absolutely.
just to be safe.
Both at 7 PM.
978.
772.
All right, so we got that out of the way.
35.
333.
Okay.
Okay, so we will carry this
Rick.
operation of
Yep.
the kennel on 22/7 Mason Road till October 11th at 7 PM
Correct.
ish. I say ish because we have to do our other stuff.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on, Rick. I think you wanted to do the septic permit. That's 34 New Fitchburg Road.
Yep.
Is this for New Fitchburg Road? Oh, I can't sign it, so we look at it. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
Yes.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. I just turned it upside down.
Oh, that's why it looks good. I'm going, oh, I can actually read this today. Oh, that looks better, it's upside down. All Alright, so what are we looking at here?
Gavin, I can take a picture of this and send it to you if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great, please, thank you.
So it's a small lot, existing two-bedroom house with a failing system that tanks right here, system's right in this general location. They're gonna change plumbing to come out the back because they gain a little bit of elevation, so they can gravity feed to the new system. Groundwater was higher, it was at, well, there was some fill, so there was like 2 feet of fill. Groundwater was at 5 feet after that, so they're
This
proposing.
the proposed
Yep.
elevations?
Yep, so they're proposing a leaching field that'll be raised, so there is some breakout fill associated with that and grading to meet the Title V requirements.
It's coming down.
And then, like I said, they're gonna throw the tank back here so that they can gravity feed down to that new field. They're not asking for any variances, so it meets full compliance with your code and with Title V. Because it's 2 bedrooms, they will need to record a 2-bedroom deed restriction for the property.
Is that necessary, or can we go a little bit better and make it a 3-bedroom?
That would require full compliance with the code, which they're not trying to do.
Okay, then we stay with the 2. Now, how about a two compartment tank?
Yep, so it'll be a 2-compartment, 1,500 gallon.
It doesn't specify that.
Yeah,
Oh, it does up here,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't go that far.
Yeah.
Either that or you were laying over it, one or the other.
I'm just laying down like this, holding the sheet down for you.
All right,
Yeah.
it's my opinion, it's good to go.
Yeah. Gavin, did you get your picture yet? Oh, did you hang up on him again?
I don't think so. Gavin?
Yeah, you guys broke up for a minute there.
Oh, did you get your picture?
Yep,
Okay, so, by our expert Jim here says that, that looks good. Do you have any questions?
no, I'm good.
Okay, I need a motion.
Make a motion to approve 34 New Pittsburgh Road, West Hampton, Mass. As drawn.
Did I get a second? I'll
I
second. Okay, go ahead. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right.
You won't need a signature on this, will you?
Nope, yeah,
No.
2's enough.
Yeah. Rick, I think you're all set, buddy.
All right, cool, thanks
I'll
guys.
see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Rick.
Yep. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Rick.
Have a good night, guys.
Okay, so now we're up to invoices. Woo!
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Okay, so we have some yellow toner that was bought from Staples.
Yep.
Doing a lot of color work. Dillis and Roy found an outstanding balance for the conservation work that they did for the concrete pad, $211. Atwood Acres, a lot of calls about dog poop and how they're bagging the poop, but then they throw the poop in the woods. So,
Do we need a
after
littering
talking
sign there?
to, yes, we do. So, for $50, you can order a sign that says, please do not poop, please do not,
Shouldn't
um,
have throw dog poop in the woods.
please don't, your bagged poop cannot be thrown in the woods. The Atwood Acres liked it, I thought the residents liked it, we have grant money that
Yeah,
will
give us-
help pay for that. What are your thoughts, please?
No, I think we need a sign. I have no problem with that.
Gavin, you okay with that?
Yep,
Okay, I think I did send it to you also, so you could see the actual sign, and we proved
Yeah.
it. The recycling center had a toilet clog, which I fixed with some cleaner. Sawzall repair, Sean Pearson broke his sawzall as he was cutting up the truck cap that has been at the recycling center for 6 months. It's in the amount of $131. It's up to the board if you want to pay for him to repair that.
Seeing as he used his own tools, I don't have a problem with that. I signed that one. Jim didn't sign that one.
$139 to repair, you can buy a brand new one. How old was the saw? Anyway, go for it.
Okay, okay.
I've had bigger decks to fry.
This is the receipt for my Sawzall
Yeah.
that broke last week when I climbed in the dumpster to cut up a truck cap, Sean.
Fine. We don't own tools at the recycle
Okay,
center,
well,
so.
the good news is
Yeah.
that the next time we have a truck cap, you can tell him that he can jump in there because you helped him fix his Sawzall. Okay. B&D Associates, needle dispose of $85.
Oh,
The
we're
kicker
changing
with
though,
the
right?
45 is if we have 2 boxes, then the second box is 45. So I'm
Scam.
contemplating, no, it's not, I'm contemplating cleaning out my storage bin so I can actually hold another set. I just have to make sure that it's, okay with,
Yeah.
the town hall to be able to do that. And that is all you have for invoices.
Alrighty then.
Minutes have already been signed, Gavin, by Jim and Chris earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
Recycling center update, let's talk mattresses. So, we have Tough Stuff Recycling. We
Thank you, Madam
finally have gotten them, they're out of Fitchburg. We are looking at them doing a drive up. They will pick up the mattresses. The people call them. They do it all on their own. We have nothing to do with it, and it looks like it would be around $45. So you want your mattress picked up, all you have to do is pick up this telephone, make a phone call for $45. They will come pick up the mattress. Now, the $45 is very loose right now because we're looking at prevailing wage. It started out at $33 a unit, which was just such a great price. People will love that. They will love being able to pick up the phone and not have to drag it to the recycling center. But I would still like to offer, if you want it for a reduced cost and you want to bring it to the recycling center, you can still do that. It's going to be cheaper.
But pay the extra money and have it go to the door so we don't have to be the middleman.
So you don't want to have a recycling bin at all at the recycling center. What's going to happen to all those mattresses that people start bringing down there and then we say, oh, we don't take them anymore?
Call them, they'll come get them.
They're going to come down and they're going to, and they don't offer that. This is a service.
This is turning into an out of control problem.
Well, it is a problem, but I think that we could solve it by creating a well-communicated set of instructions that doesn't change. This is the protocol. This has been from day one, the protocol. This is what you do. So I have here, and Gavin, what I'd like to do, because I know we're gonna have to continue this conversation until you can see this, but I have here from Pepperell had given out a flyer that basically said mattresses and textiles were banned. This is what you can do with them. I tweaked it. So I have here, it comes from the Board of Health, and this would be our flyer that would go out to every household as we do every year. Grant money pays for this. And then the recycling employees, every single time someone comes to the recycling center with a mattress, they hand this flyer to them. So they know the next time you're gonna come here with a mattress, but then again, when's the next time someone's gonna recycle a mattress? Unless they have a lot of small children, it's gonna be years. And in years, this whole situation could change even more. But in the meantime, we have mattress being effective November 1st. There's a picture of the mattress, what you can do. Contact Tough Stuff Recycling at, and then there's the phone number, to come pick up your mattress from your own phone for, and then there's the fee. Check out the information on the back of this sheet for how to recycle from home. Then the next paragraph, want to save a few dollars? You can still bring it to the recycling center, but they must be acceptable. Again, see the definitions on the back sheet. Fees for the disposal at 33 Greenville Road is $30 for a twin, $40 for a full double, and $50 for a king and queen. Again, these prices are loose because I don't have the contract set right now. And then on the back side, it says right here, an acceptable or conforming unit is defined as free of human bodily fluids or contamination, free of bed bugs or other insects, vermin, not heavily soiled, mildew, subject to damage as a result of being the elements of rain and snow for any given amount of time. Any unit that does not meet the above definitions are considered by Massachusetts law as solid waste and will not be picked up by Tough Stuff recycling staff. If you have any questions on what to do with the non-conforming unacceptable mattresses, please reach out to, and that's where we're gonna insert the information. And then all units set out for curbside pickup will be in the following manner. Mattresses must be placed in a mattress bag to protect it from the elements and ensure safe handling for our curbside team. We ask that you tape the opening to secure the unit inside. You can reuse the bag you received when you purchased a new one. You can provide your own bag purchasable at your local hardware store, moving or department store, or you can order one from Tough Stuff's Recycling. They will ship it to your residence before you set up your pickup date. Then they are to place it at the curbside, not at the front door or on your private property. Units must be visible for pickup service. Important, units that do not meet the standards noted above will be photographed or tagged with the reason why the unit was not picked up. And then the person has to check off that they agree that the mattress meets the acceptable or conforming definition above, and they agree that the mattress will be secured and a mattress bag will be placed curbside and not on the private property. And this is all done on their own with Tough Stuff Recycling. We have nothing to do with it.
Okay, what happens when Tough Stuff rejects it? Where does it go?
Not sure yet. We're still working out the details on that.
That's the scary part.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is, I think that where they say that they're agreeing, I think they're just gonna leave it. They're just gonna leave it at the house. It's
know,
not
but-
acceptable, they're gonna tag
I
it.
understand that, but
So-
we're also looking at, we already have mattresses thrown on the
Right.
side of the road. Those are
Now-
gonna be full of water and they're not gonna be accepted. What do we do with those?
A lot of towns, and I do have a recycling seminar specifically tomorrow at 10 o'clock. It's 2 hours long, so I'm sure we're all gonna be addressing a lot of these questions. But a lot of the towns are instructing people that they can cut them up and put them in with their trash.
Okay,
That is the idea I thought of myself before Colin even said it.
yeah,
Including box springs, you can dismantle all the material around them, cut up all the pieces of wood, harness all the steel.
Buy a bag for $3, overflow bag, and
Yeah.
throw it in there.
burn them in your yard.
That was another option.
There's
Not-
one right
not
down
the
the town
mattress.
line, nobody's taken it yet, I don't see any coyotes sleeping on it, so.
So these are things that we're working on though.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with Tough Stuff, their recycling program, their rate in Fitchburg, Gavin, and if we take them at the recycling center, they will have to purchase a bag and they will have to bag it themselves. The recycling employees were all on board with it the minute they knew that they could hand a bag to the residents and say, you put it in a bag and then we don't have to touch it. They were much more conducive, and they did agree that if the occasional older woman or older gentleman came by and they physically couldn't do it, that they would assist them. But they felt much better knowing that they didn't have to touch the mattresses until they were secured in a plastic bag.
Make-
I like that way of thinking.
Yeah. Okay. And when we reject a mattress and they take it home, where is the highway department gonna put it? When they pick it up off the side of the road?
They're essentially gonna be disassembled, they're gonna be thrown in bags appropriately,
Yeah.
and thrown in the trash.
But I'm just saying, if they get dumped on the side of the road, the highway department's gonna pick them up and give them to us. What do we do with them?
We're gonna have to dispose of them and hope that we have honest, residents and not out-of-town residents that aren't gonna be upset. That's more of my concern
Yeah.
is that we're a regional recycling center. We can get the word out very, very easily to the residents with a flyer to individual households. We can put it up possibly in our solar signs,
Yeah,
if Veronica would okay that.
oh, she will.
But it's reaching the out-of-town residents. Now, I did look at the checks that were coming through, and I was unable to determine how much revenue we receive in that's actually for mattresses, because I don't know what people paid for mattresses with a check or cash. I can tell you that every check that I have received in the last 6 months has been from a Townsend resident.
Yeah,
We don't have a lot of out-of-town residents that are writing checks.
yeah. I don't even know how many out-of-town residents we actually get. Do we get a lot?
I think we get a few.
Yeah.
There's been some debris that's come in lately, the non-residential debris.
Okay,
But that's really the only thing that we have flagged where we charge a different rate for residents versus non-residents.
right. Okay.
So,
I'm so afraid of this. This is gonna be a nightmare. I can just feel it.
I don't remember it being a nightmare when propane tanks and tires were all of a sudden banned. Do you remember the tires? I wasn't here. I worked in Wilton, New Hampshire, and we
had some
actually had an
issues with the
incinerator.
tires back
Did you have a problem where they were being thrown on the side of the
We were
road?
stuck in the mud spinning that tires, trying to figure out what to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, so this isn't nothing new. This happens all the time.
Yeah, it's,
when
that's
you-
part of why we
Yeah.
get,
The waste bit.
been elected board to
Yeah,
figure out what to do with this stuff.
yeah.
But
all right.
you have to figure out something because it has been banned.
Have
So-
to put white suits on the kids and let them dismantle the mattresses, put them in bags and throw them in trash.
So you're feeling a little more comfortable now, Jim, with offering the recycling to the residents?
That put a little green light on in my brain, and if the kids don't mind, if they can get dressed up and wear white suits, seriously, put
Yeah,
some white
Tyvek
clothes and gloves
suits.
on them so they're
Yeah.
protected from what they're playing with, even a mask, and let them cut up the mattresses, and if it's a box spring, it's gotta be just.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
No, that was the residents, if they wanted to cut up their own mattresses
Okay,
and
that's,
dispose
well,
them.
if we get one of these mattresses that comes in, that's all hunky-dunky, messed up, somebody's still gotta take care of it.
Well, that's the problem is, it's gonna go back to the homeowner, we can't accept it because we cannot accept trash at the landfill.
No,
We
but what
can't.
Jim is saying is it's gonna end up on the side of the road, the highway department's gonna pick it up. It's gonna eventually end up at the recycle center anyway.
Right, and it is, and then Glenn Shaw, we are trying to work out what are we gonna do with those items that are going to be trash that we cannot accept at the landfill. Now, when I say that we cannot accept trash at the landfill, I need to get more clarification, is that an OSHA standard with the residents, or, because we have a dumpster at the landfill for waste that we accumulate with the employees, and you're gonna accumulate waste. We have a 10-yard dumpster, so are we gonna be able to take those ones that we have on the side of the road? Those are questions that hopefully I'll have answered tomorrow at the meeting at 10.
Yeah, because the reality is, a mattress that is deemed non-recyclable isn't a mattress anymore, it's just waste.
It's trash.
Yeah. So I think that's the way we need to interpret that in the meantime, until they come up with better clarification of it.
Yeah, I think Glenn better put a shredder in up there, this recycling center. So the shredders, they put all the steel and stuff through, they'll leave mattresses up. And
Yeah.
not deep.
I was over there the other day and they actually had a bunch of mattresses and I was teasing them saying, what are you doing with all these mattresses here? But we do have to, what I'd like to do, if it pleases the board, please, is to, I was waiting for the information from the salespeople. They're actually in New York City that work for the company in Fitchburg. I'm hoping tonight when I get home, I'll have a rough draft of this. If I could send it along and individually, we could tweak it.
Yeah,
So at our next meeting on the 11th, if everything is set, I can send it out to the distribution and we can get it in the mail for the residents. We're gonna be open in October on the 1st, the 15th, and the 22nd. If we're open on the 11th, and if we have a meeting on the 11th and we're open on the 15th and we make a decision, I would love for the employees to be able to hand these flyers out. And then they would go out for distribution in the mail the 17th through the 21st we could have them on the solar signs the following week. By November 1st, you've got 3 or 4 ways of communication. We can also have it on the cable channel and voicemail and websites.
That's pretty good advertising.
And I apologize that it's all last minute, but we're not the only community that's struggling with what to do. And the positive on the spin is if you advertised a month ago, people probably would have forgotten. So let's just keep it positive
Yeah.
and say it's better to advertise right before it happens because people will remember it. Maybe?
That's a good way to get around the bush.
Any questions there, Gavin?
Yeah,
Was that a no?
no, I like it, yeah.
Okay, so let's, hopefully we can get all the information we need, Carla, out of you for our next meeting. You said you will, shoot us a text and we'll look at it, and if we have any tweaky questions, which,
I can send you
I
the
think we
flyer
may.
tonight. Like I said, I was hoping that the highlighted yellow would have information on it,
yeah.
but I might not have.
And how are we just gonna like print those things up, like, in the copy machine and hand them out, or?
No, we're gonna go to our vendor, and this is actually what it looks like. And you know what, Gavin, I'm gonna take a picture of this and send it to you right now so you can actually see it. And within the hour, I'll have it emailed to you. But while I've got you here, I had Janet Levitt look at it just to offer her thoughts, because I wanna make sure that it's not too wordy. You wanna stop shaking. Chris is shaking the table, so I can't take the picture.
I don't know why.
I know,
Can't help it.
I'm
so,
aware of that already.
Did you see this, Chip?
Take a glance at it.
Yeah.
but she seemed to think that it was good. It was, it's straightforward to the point. There was, you'll see on the first page, there was the Mass DEP issued its final blah, blah, blah paragraph, and I apologize for not,
We taking it back to?
no, I already took it, saying blah, 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 because I know it's important, but I feel that that's what the residents would see. The first thing that they would read was blah, 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 what are you sending this to me for? So I think it was more important to have a picture of a mattress. It's banned, what are you gonna do with yours?
Yep. No, I agree with that. And also get the word out that things are changing seriously, you know?
It's gotta be handled, and you gotta go step 1 to get to step 10 or
Yeah,
Did you see that, Kevin?
yeah,
11
Now-
or 12.
I'm not looking at it.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, my one question is with, is it Tough Stuff, or that's what they call? If they can give us pictures of unacceptable mattresses that we can give the guys,
Absolutely.
so that way they'll be able to, not get mattresses back from them, because they go, oh, this is it, and go, no, here, these are your mattresses. that you-
And we'll
that you
actually,
chose."
that's good, we'll actually get signage, so
Yeah.
the boys can, or woman,
Yeah.
can hold up, your mattress looks like this, we cannot accept it.
Yeah,
Your mattress and show them a picture. I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea. The other thing that I found was very helpful is, they require 50 mattresses be in the unit. They pretty much didn't care, how they were stacked as long as there was 50.
yeah, okay.
So that made me feel better that they didn't have to be actually
So they're
vertical
actually
or
gonna
horizontal.
pick them
They
up
just
by
want-
hand then?
They are. The container
Okay.
will not be moved. They will be coming and they will be disposing of it the same way they do with the tires and they do the propane tanks, which is excellent because then when we put down that container, we don't have to move it. And they
Okay.
won't be touching the regrind and messing with our beautiful pad. The container will stay there.
Okay. Alright, sounds
Okay.
good. Any questions, anybody? No? Gavin?
No, no questions.
Okay, that's our recycle update. So we got future agendums, we still have the, stable regulations are tabled. the septic regulations are tabled.
I wanna comment,
Yes.
I talked to Rick when I was over assisting them clean out that apartment.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Rick and I had a conversation,
Yes.
my schedule's been crazy, but we're
Yeah.
gonna get together in
Yes.
a couple of weeks. And
absolutely.
discuss it so we can present it, so
Yep.
we can have a public hearing, so we can make this thing move finally.
Yes,
We've postponed it too many times,
yes,
Excellent.
okay, that's good.
alright?
Cause I know you said you were gonna talk to him, but I haven't really heard anything, so.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
just mentioned it, because
Okay. Yeah, you get it to it when you get to it. So our next meeting will be October 11th at 7 PM. Can I get a motion to close?
I'll make the motion to close at 6:54.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.